Welcome back to this episode of Arise, where we help players with what they struggle with off the field so they can be better on the field. Ran into some audio problems last episode, but hopefully those are better this episode. And so we're excited to set with the people in this episode and help them with what they've got going on. And I will let Squid kick it off here.
Zayden from Dallas, Texas says, I dropped the game-winning catch in a Friday Night Lights game. I burned the DB off the line, was wide open. Quarterback threw a dime, and I dropped it. Ever since then, I have doubts every time I see a ball go up. I feel like I'm going to drop it every single time. What do I do?
I think, dropping a pass happens. Like we watched the Super Bowl a few weeks ago or a week ago, and people drop passes in the Super Bowl as well. You know, on a professional level, it happens. People drop the ball. I think the biggest thing I would tell you is, like, there's absolutely nothing you can do about the past. And as powerless as that feels, I want you to take the flip side of that and realize, like, you have all the power in the world to create a new future from that. And so, once again, like, dropping passes is a natural part of the game. But I, as cringy as it sounds, I love this analogy. Like, the rear view window of a car is a lot smaller than the actual windshield of the car. And it's that way for a reason. Because what's behind you doesn't matter. It's only what's in front of you that you can do anything about, that you can really change. And so I would encourage you to think about it like that. And I don't know, man. I mean, just sitting here thinking, like, your hands didn't forget how to catch the ball. It's a mental thing. Like, your mind forgot how to trust your hands. And so it's going to look like a lot of retraining your mind, a lot of drilling, a lot of, I encourage working with your coach, like, on mentality and just building that confidence back up. That way your mind can translate to your hands and trust them. What's likely happening is when you see a ball go up now that you dropped that important ball, you're likely entering a state of fight or flight as soon as the ball goes up in the air. And that's, that's that immediate spike of adrenaline that you feel, where you get those chills, like, you just feel the adrenaline, and sometimes that's really helpful. Sometimes that really messes you up, especially, like, with fine motor skills and exact hand placement. Like, that can mess you up sometimes. And so definitely talking with your coach, man. I would spend a lot of time drilling, just catching. Go play catch with your dad, your friends, something like that. Toss the ball back and forth. Throw it up in the air, catch it all the time. I'm sure as a wide receiver, I'm sure you've done those things a million times. But, dude, I think the biggest thing I could tell you is, like, the past is behind you. You've got to find your identity and something new. I think it sounds like you've taken an obligation to make dropping that past your identity. And you need to realize, like, man, that's not who I am. That happened one time, or that's happened a few times. But I have the potential to do so much more and be so much more.
If the score was even that close and you dropped a ball one time, it's foolish for you to think that it's all your fault. It's your team's fault for losing the game. You win as a team, you lose as a team. It was one time, one play. And if the score was even that close, it's definitely not just on you.
Exactly. I love that. I love how you said, you brought up a good point, man. You win as a team and you lose as a team. And so we see this all the time in, like, the playoffs and big, like, especially NFL college games. Like, people love to blame somebody losing the game on a missed kick or a missed catch or something like that. But the reality of the situation is, if the score is already that close, like, the whole team, like, that's a team loses a team and win is a team. It's really foolish for you to blame that on one guy, especially, like, a lot of times you bear a lot of a weight. There's a lot of adrenaline that goes into it. All comes down to you. And so I think, man, I hate that for you. I hate that you're, like, I don't know if you're getting pinned as that publicly or if that's all internalized, but, man, I would really, like, harbor down on that. You win as a team and lose as a team. But yeah, man, I think it's time to start over. I think it's time to start drilling more, start, just doing everything you can, practicing, talking to your coach. How can I get better? Talk to some of the other wide receivers. As hard as it is in football and around the locker room and around the guys, I know, like, it's difficult to be vulnerable, but, bro, I would rather win being vulnerable than lose trying to protect my identity and my reputation. Improvement often comes with a sense of vulnerability, because that's how you get better. And so, talking with your coaches, talking to the other wide receivers, drilling, and then I think just forgive yourself. And I think I want to spend some time there. Forgive yourself. Like you're setting in on this a lot, and you're thinking about it. It probably keeps you up at 3 a.m, dude. I get it. I've been there, but dude, forgive yourself and regain your confidence. You've got this. I think you could do it. And man, I have nothing but high hopes for you. I'm excited to jump into this next message. I think this is one we have all probably experienced at one time or the other, playing up through high school or through even college. So let's jump into it.
Jackson from Green Bay, Wisconsin says, my coach never lets me play. I'm on the bench every game and told I serve a purpose, but I don't feel that way at all. What can I do to make my coach see my value and get more playing time?
Man, I think I hear your struggle with the statement of you serve a purpose. I think as terrible as that sounds, as much as you don't like that answer, as much as I wouldn't like that answer, you do serve a purpose on the bench. Having somebody that can swap in if a player gets injured or can't make it or something, anything happens, that is valuable. You are literally providing safety and assurance to the team. But on the flip side, I see and hear your frustration of like, dude, I'm not getting to play. Like, I'm here to play. I don't get to play. What can I do about that? I think number one, it's operating in that safety you provide for your team. It's showing up and being ready. A lot of times, like I see guys on the bench, like they show up, they're not expecting to play, and they get in this habit where they're like half ready, and the coach and even the team doesn't have a lot of confidence in this person because they've become, their identity has become the person on the bench, and you got to make sure like. You got to be operating like a star player sitting on the bench while you're on the bench. That way you have the opportunity to show like how invested you are to the team and to the coach. And that helps them build trust in you immensely. And then remembering the only person you can control is you. You can't control your coach. You can't control your team. But what you can control is your actions, your mentality, who you are, what you do. And so it's hard for me to weigh in because I don't know your coach, but assuming he's pretty reasonable, I mean, I would just be showing up at 150% in every single area that I can, whether that's the weight room, whether that's on the sideline, whether that's watching film, whether that's like stupid things like helping teammates with their gear or their water, anything like that. Just showing you're invested and you're there and you're part of the team. That's huge. You see some of these guys like, they've been on the bench for a while. They stop showing up in full pads. They stop, sometimes they forget their helmet, stuff like that. Like, dude, you've got to act like you're going to play every game and just be content with where you are on the bench, but also be hungry. And then I feel like I say this every single video, but talk to your coach and be like, man, I would love to play more. What do I need to do to get more play time? What do I need to do to be, I would actually rephrase the question. What do I need to do? I would ask your coach, what do I need to do to be valuable enough for you to put me on the field? And that's a vulnerable question. That's a hard question, but dude, like, I think any coach that's reasonable at all would be able to give you a growth plan of, hey, here's what I need to see. I need to see you growing in your strength. I need to see you put on weight. I need to see you lose weight, whatever that looks like. I think that could be very helpful to you, and asking for that growth plan gives you a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what happens. Like, you get on the bench, you're just like, I feel like I'm putting in the work, but I don't see how I can get better. Well, a lot of times your coaches or even players around you know like what you need to improve on in order to get put on the field. And so I think just ask your coach, talk to your coach, talk to a counselor, anybody on the team, like a mentor, somebody that can help you understand that further. But don't give up on the little things. Show up in full pads, ready to play, and just operate at your fullest potential. Once again, I know it's frustrating, but I've seen so many guys go from bench every game to wanting to set out on a game because they've been used so much. I've seen guys literally go from bench to offense and defense, and they're exhausted. But that's a whole nother story. There's potential here, is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't give up on, I'm never gonna get a play. I'm just gonna be on the bench forever, dude. That's not true. Show up in the little things, and I guarantee your coach will use you in big ways.
Yeah, like you said, definitely talk to your coach, see what you need to improve on. They're going to like that you took the initiative to ask. And every time you go to practice, show up. Give it your all, give it your 110%. And they will see that you are putting in that effort. And that will make you have a higher chance of getting to play more often.
Yeah. And people like seeing hungry people as well. And so that doesn't even have to be like, I know I'm stepping outside of football a little bit here, but like people enjoy hungry people. And so whether that looks like, hey, I'm going to like really focus on my schooling, get my grades up. I'm going to be the best person I can be off the field. I'm going to help. I'm going to volunteer. I can't sit here and tell you that's a sure path to getting to play, but I can't say like, don't underestimate how much the little things are going to help you and going to get you playtime and going to just improve you as a person. Staying hungry in all areas often help you in the one you're wanting to strive in most. And so if you're perfecting all of the areas outside of it, I'm perfecting my relationship with my family, my relationship with my teachers, like I'm perfecting who I am as a person internally. Dude, that sounds like it has no impact on football, but I promise you without a doubt that will have a huge impact on who you are on the field and how your coach sees you. Don't underestimate the little things that they see. They may feel pointless for a long time, but I guarantee you, the return on investment is just absolutely amazing there. And so, dude, just become the best you can in every single area, and I promise you, before you know it, you will be out on the field. And dude, I think you're going to do great. We are going to go from literally the polar opposite of what the last story that we just read. We are going to go from sitting on the bench to taunting during a play. Very different, but I'm excited to get into it.
Jamar from San Antonio, Texas says, I taunted too early and fumbled the ball at the goal line. I had a breakaway run, ran at 70 yards, started taunting, and one of the safeties ran up behind me and punched the ball out of my hands. It would have never happened if I wasn't taunting. How can I move past it when my whole school hates me for it?
Man,
I feel like the whole school hating you for it is a little excessive.
that is, I would agree that that's probably, but I have no doubt that it probably feels that way. It
Yeah.
probably feels like the whole school. Man, that's rough, and I hate that you're in that position, but I think you're learning some valuable lessons, even just listening to kind of how you phrased that question. I heard a lot of ownership, and I messed up, and I shouldn't have. And so I think I'm going to say some things that you already know, but taunting is a high stakes bet. When you taunt, you're kind of like promising a result, right? And sometimes when you're taunting, we have seen this all the time. I mean, there's compilation after compilation on YouTube where people taunt before the play's over and the outcome of the play actually changes. And so that's why it's so like, that's why the school or that's why people around you, like they make fun of it or they don't like it because you're essentially like promising an outcome that is not guaranteed yet. And so in your situation, you're seeing that on a breakaway run. You're running down the field, taunting, probably waving the ball up in the air, doing something crazy. That's all fun, but the whistle has not blown yet. And so, like you said, a safety, somebody comes up, runs up, jars the ball out from your arms. Dude, you just broke a promise that you made to your team, to your coach, to basically the audience, everybody around you. And I know that sounds extreme, but that's why people struggle with it is because it's just. And the other thing is people love seeing people get humbled. It is like people love seeing that, and so that's just a hard thing. But I think, once again, just realizing and setting in, hey, like by taunting, I kind of broke a promise of excellence. And I think that's a difficult thing to realize. But I think the sooner you realize that, I think the sooner it's going to help you understand like some of the negative inflections that the team or, the school or everybody around you may be having. I think the other one, and I'm glad to hear your vocabulary. I think you've done well with this. Like, you don't get past this by making excuses. This takes ownership. Dude, I was an idiot. Like, I was stupid. I should not have been taunting. I should have just taken it to the house. I should have waited till the whistle blown. Play's not over till the whistle's dead, and that's something that I took for granted. I did not do. And I think the quicker you own that, like I think the quicker you're gonna see people move past it. Everybody makes mistakes and everybody messes up, and I think people understand that a lot more than a lot of people think. And so the quicker you can own it and just eat it and just deal with the hit to your pride, I think that's gonna help you a lot, bro. Like I think you're gonna see people move on from it a lot quicker than you had previously expected. And then the other part of it, like while you may feel like people hate you today, a lot of times people just love a story. They love something to listen to. They love hearing it, and it's very possible that within a few short weeks, or even just 1 week, that they're going to move on from something else. Especially if you own it. I've seen some people like try to fight it and be like, "Oh, well, I didn't, what," and they try to do that whole dance, and that's just like the whole situation happening over again. You've got to just own it, just agree, don't let people be excessive and beating you up, but just be like, yeah, I messed up, I made a mistake, and that's completely my fault. But I think through ownership, you will see perseverance and just owning it, and I think people will come to respect you for that, actually. I think there's potential for that. Learn your lesson from this. Take the opportunity to grow, and I think that there's immense potential for you to take this moment and never make that mistake again. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun, but let's wait till the whistle blows. Let's wait till we're in the end zone, till depending on the level you're playing at, till the fireworks are going off. Let's wait for all that and then celebrate. You see a lot of players just throw the ball down before they're in the touchdown, or do crazy stuff before, and that's all fun, but dude, I think you maintain a lot more integrity as a player when you are able to just delay the gratification. There's that extra bit of pride that comes with celebrating before the goal line, but dude, just delay it just a few seconds and then you can celebrate all you want, and I think you'll have a lot of success there.
I definitely think you learned your lesson from this, and the school's going to get over it here soon. Somebody else is probably going to do something else that's stupid, and they're going to be focusing on that, and they're not even going to remember what happened. This is probably high school, if I have to guess. So this is not your life. It's one thing that happened. And like you said, you just need to own it. Because if you have an arrogant attitude about it, trying to make excuses, people are probably going to talk about it more. They're going to talk about you more. I would definitely just own up to it. Don't make excuses, and everybody's going to get over it most likely.
Absolutely. I think you got a lot of opportunity to grow here. Take this as a growing moment and get better than ever. But man, it was an honor to set with you all off the field so you can be better on it. If you have any stories or anything you would like help with surrounding football or the field, we'd love to help you with that in any way possible. If you are struggling with things that are like really serious mental health, I would encourage you strongly reach out, get some professional help, talk to a counselor, something like that, to really help you internally, because becoming better internally helps you externally. And dude, I think just make sure you're taking care of yourself in all ways. But if you have a story you'd like for us to read or to help you with or anything, there will be, just comment it down in the comments, or if you would like to be a little more anonymous, there will be a link in the description where you can submit a story that way. And so we look forward to setting with you, and it's been an honor to sit here and help you guys out, and we will see you guys in the next one.